Hello, everybody. It has been 3 months and several inches chopped off the hair since I have last done a teaching video. I have finally gotten moved into my office, got my new background going, which I'm loving. I love walking into my office each day and finally getting things rolling so that we can get back to our weekly teaching. So let me move, as always, this over. Oh, see your hair? Stop looking at that. So I thought, I've had so many teaching ideas come up that this one I thought was so perfect for right now. I'm recording this. It is the first Tuesday in September, and we are in full politician season for voters. We just had the primaries, and we still have at least 2.5 months more of those lovely politicians' ads, of which I don't know you can believe most of them. So it's the perfect time to talk about how to use judgment to manifest. So let's jump in and let's get started. So I had about a 3-year span when I was doing daily Bible readings where I kept catching into the word judging. And I started journaling on it, and the Lord / universe, but the Lord God really just started working with me on what was judging. And it went to the most finite thing. First was my mouth when it came to driving and how I judged others as being a moron or an unsafe driver or what were you thinking? And, it's like in my favorite movie, Facing the Giants. There's this line that is so perfect that we will judge others by their actions, but judge ourselves by our intentions. And it's so easy to do because we don't know their intentions. Yet we want the benefit of the doubt because our intention for our actions that were misunderstood should give it a balance of why you shouldn't look at me negatively. And yet we will look at others negatively. During that time, I learned that there were over 37 places in the Bible that speak specifically on judging. Now, as you know, yes, I am a Christian. These teachings are not always about any specific religion. I just happen to have learned about judgment and judging based from my belief system. So just if you have any issues with any Bibles or any Christianity or anything like that, take and set that aside for a moment, because you're watching these videos because you want to manifest in your life. And that way you'll get the nuggets from it that aren't interfering with whatever block that you may have. Because I am not judging you, and I know that you will get something from this. And so that all to say, let's lead into the Bible verse that I think really speaks volumes, and it's Matthew 7, verses 1 through 5, and this is the NIV translation. It says, "Do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way that you judge others, you will be judged, and with the measure that you used, it will be measured to you. How you judge others will return in how you will be judged by others." And it continues on to say, "Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye, but pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? How do you say to your brother, 'Let me take the speck out of your eye,' when all the time there is a plank in your own eye? You hypocrite, first take that plank out of your own eye, then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eyes." The portion of that verse that I really want you to pay attention to is the words, "The same way that you judge others, you will be judged. The measure you use will be measured against you. This means if you judge another person as a moron, someone in turn is going to judge you as a moron. And it never failed. Every time I would have an issue with driving, I would inadvertently do the same thing hours or days later. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. What is that? Well, my actions, I called someone else a moron for. But for me, I want you to forgive me because I didn't intend that to happen. I didn't mean to. Like, other drivers really know what my intentions were. Oh, I'm so sorry, right? So we've got to keep this in mind. The criteria that you create regarding what you see in others and other events, other experiences, your own life experiences, whether someone should or should not leave someone. I'm not going to list specific names, but there was an event where I actually saw this right in the middle of my 3 years of learning, and this was several years ago. There was an actress who husband cheated on her very publicly, and both people were pretty famous, right? The husband and wife. Another actress went on TV and was asked about it, and that person's response was, oh, he'd be out of here. I am not going to allow that to happen, and blah, 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 right? That's judgment. That's putting that onto someone else. And I kid you not, by that following January, that person that spoke out, her husband had cheated on her very publicly. And what did she do? She did what she should do. She protected herself. She went inward and went private to make an assessment of the situation. So you really want to be careful about the judgment of others. And in the laws of manifestation, you learn and know that you create and attract how you judge others to yourself. It creates blocks and manifestations that show up that you don't necessarily like into your life. You judge someone else as fat and ugly and watch your body start gaining weight, right? You judge someone as unfair or something or an event as unfair, and it will bring the unfairness to you. We know that attention, where attention goes, energy flows, and we really need to be aware and cognitive of what we're doing in judgment of others. Don't get me started on the energy people are putting out right now with the political narratives going on right now, which is why I said this is the perfect time. 3 years of learning about judgment, and that I never thought was judgment, things that I thought were just harmless. I had an amazing eye open as to how they were affecting my business, my life, my weight. Even in joking, I had a friend visit and she's like, but everybody sees me as a wonderful person. I said, yes, but then when you joke, you put yourself down. You are self-deprecating. You put yourself in a negative light and wonder why in your personal life things aren't going so well. I've said this time and time again. I started gaining all this weight back after I joked about being fat. Well, judgment is another way of bringing things to you. So because of growing up talking about fatness and weight and beauty, I, as a youth, my opinion of what was beautiful, skinny, tall, certain bra size, a skirt, certain waist size, certain hips, certain booty, which changed in the late 80s, baby got back, right, or 90s. And letting Hollywood set the standards of what beauty and success look like to me, I had a horrible, distorted view of what was beautiful. I judged myself and others with a negative judgment against that standard. It's a standard nobody can live up to. Plastic surgeons, are multimillionaires there because people are trying to project an image. Nobody can win that game. It created within me depression, extra weight, and feelings of ugliness. Even recently in this, time, I have struggled with having the extra weight here, my hair having thin because I did an unhealthy diet, having the extra weight around here. I'll stand up. I have no shame. Let me turn the right way, having this extra weight around here that when I take photos, I know if I just turn right way, I look much thinner. And on Facebook, I can project a thinner, skinnier me, when in fact I still have 40 some pounds to go to get to my goal. And why do I do this? Because I judged myself in the eyes of the media. I cannot blame the media. I have to change me. Now, my learning over judgment, it was all about negative judgment. Everything I just talked about was about negative judgment. But did you know that judgment is neither negative nor positive? Excuse me. You hear the words and you think negative because of our training, our upbringing, the biblical teachings. But like in Buddhism, there's nothing positive nor negative. The same thing is going on in judging. It just is. The word judging. One moment, please. The online dictionary offers 4 definitions to the word judgment. The one that pertains to this teaching is an opinion or conclusion. This is basically us looking out into the world and judging. We are creating an opinion or a conclusion with very little information, or rather missing the full story, right? I judge you by your actions because all I can see is your actions. I judge myself by my actions and my intentions because I have the full story of my intentions. It will be to your detriment if you continue to do it in a negative light. But let's create the conclusion that if judging is creating an opinion or conclusion, and the Bible says that what you judge, the way you judge others, is the same way you will be judged, we can actually use judging others and others' situations to serve our own manifesting and, more importantly, a mind shift. Just follow me for a minute. And this is actually something I have been doing for the last 1.5 to 2 years. And I'm still working on it. It's not perfect, but I'm getting better. So let's take weight loss, okay? So you want to feel beautiful, you want to lose weight. What you want to do is go to your local Walmart or your mall, where we are typically in our minds judging when we decide whether we like how someone looks or doesn't look, whether we think they're beautiful or not beautiful, fat, too thin, perfect, whatever the judgment is regarding an appearance. Force yourself to see everyone as beautiful, acceptable, and perfect. Force yourself, train your mind and your eyes to work together to see someone and find the beauty in that person. Because if you can do it externally, then you can do what I've been doing, which is stand in the mirror naked with all the rolls and everything and love every bit of me. But it started with external, because in my mind, that's where it started for me before I went internal. And it will be difficult at first. It was for me. And it sounds horrible. But if our thoughts were announced as we had them, we would be highly embarrassed, or people would have a whole different view of us. It's socially acceptable, though, to judge people internally or externally. But it projects an energy that pumps me up while putting others down, and no benefit comes from that. It's blatantly wrong. But that energy is not serving you. It doesn't help you in your life. That energy flows right back to you. That's why the Bible clearly states that the same measure you judge others, you will be judged. And in all honesty, I never realized I was actually doing anything wrong. It was in my mind. It's fast and on autopilot. Those 3 years started with the weight loss and seeing others as beautiful, because I was at a mall where a lot of people from a lot of backgrounds, a lot of body sizes, a lot of clothing option choices going on. And I heard the Spirit say to me, what's the beauty in that person? And my initial reaction was like, ooh, really? That person? You know, how horrible. But I stopped and I forced myself to think, you know what? When I looked closer, she had the most gorgeous eyes. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. I love those eyes. And it's one step at a time. How I judged others and how that judgment was reflecting back on me started shifting that day. You know, like I said, it's difficult to reprogram your mind to see beauty where you couldn't before. You could just go on Facebook when someone gets a hairstyle that you're going, woo, stop and look for the beauty. It's wonderful energy to put out to see the beauty, and it creates that love energy and that gratitude energy, and they feel it. People feel when you're looking at them and you don't realize it in a negative way, and they see it in a positive way. So it helps me to look at myself, like I said, love my rolls, love my fat and fluffy body. We're going to still release the fat, as my friend on Facebook, Dawn, says, but I'm going to love my body as it is. I'm going to put my makeup on. I'm going to style my hair. I'm going to wear clothes that I like. And I'm going to look in the mirror and see all this extra puffiness and the neckline, and I'm just going to see beauty. I'm going to see the rosacea, which is a little hidden now, but I'm going to see the rosacea, and I'm going to see my hair as it's starting to grow in and grow out and get fuller. I'm going to see its beauty. Go to the local Walmart, the local mall, and even when you're pumping gas, seeing people of all shapes, sizes, and style of apparel. And yes, I mean including that person with the shorts so short that their pockets are hanging out below the jean shorts, right? And they have that crop top and they've got the rolls coming out on all sides. This one I'm still working on, but see that person as beautiful. Don't judge them. See them as beautiful. See their beautiful face, not just the face. Look for, wow, look how small their waist really is. You know, wow, how amazing those gorgeous lashes and her hair. But don't add on to it. It would be greater if, because that's just shifting to negative. Just see the beauty. Business success. How easy is it for us to judge a company for bad customer service, lousy marketing strategies, or simply, boy, that's a bad idea? That's a judgment. You say opinion. Opinion and judgment equal. Then when we go and try and create our own business, we have problems. I watch a lot of business shows. I like The Profit with Marcus Lemonis. I like The Kitchen. They have a new one with Gordon Ramsay. Within 24 hours, he fixes it up. And they give the stories. They show the negative at first. And during that negative, what's wrong with this business time? Actually, there's a new one called Mind Your Business on the OWN network, on Oprah's network, that I really love. But even there, they show the negative first. And what do? Oh, what a moron. Oh, that's horrible. I would never do that. I can't believe they're even in business. Well, with the new mind shift exercises of finding positive judgment, I can watch these shows, and so can you, with more of a benefit of doubt attitude. Shifting from what morons, how can they insert whatever, you can now watch them and shift in love and see their success opportunities. You know what? They reached out for help. They now have hope. They really can shift these behaviors out because they brought in someone who can guide them. What from this can I use to grow my business? I am so thankful they were brave enough to come forward and show their stories so that I could see their success. Mind shift will be massive for business success. And it's like weight loss. I'm not perfect at this, and I'm getting my mind shifts. Every little nudge in a direction is wonderful. They say a plane starts off heading in the general direction, and it makes little minor shifts to get to its destination. Well, you are making little mind shifts to get to your manifested destination. Let's talk about financial increase. This is the last one, but the one that everyone was probably waiting for. If you listen to the politicians, and I'm not going to get into politics. Basically, I'm an independent. I think both sides suck. Yes, I should change it to say both sides are working their hardest, but I basically tune it out and turn it off. But the ads, when I hear them, wealthy people are greedy, they are taking all the money. Law of manifestation says that energy flows where attention goes. It also says that we have an abundant universe. If you judge money, you will block it from not coming to you. If you judge wealthy people, you will block money from coming in. Because you cannot become wealthy, whatever that means to you, if you do not like or judge someone else negatively who is in a place where you want to be, because your mind's going to go, no, they don't want that. They don't really want that because they see that as negative. Let's shift over here. So judging money as a limited resource will create scarcity in your life. Judge others for having is an external blame for your current circumstances. Let's create a money shift using positive judgment. So when you see an expensive car on the road, and I'm going to tell you, I got this one from Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, great book. He says, you know what? Find something positive to say about the person driving it. Or bless the wealthy person. Ooh, little twinge there, right? I got to bless them? They're already blessed. Well, how do you know they're really blessed? You're judging them. Bless them. Because that blessing out will return in a blessing in. Judging money. When I used to receive a large sum of money, boy, this one was tough. Even this year, the beginning of this year, I went through this. My mind would shift. Even though I just got a large project on my lap, it's like, oh, where will the money come from next? I just got this big one. That's a judgment and fear of scarcity. So let's create a shift to judging money differently and more positively. Keep cash near your journal. See it and say to it, I love you, money. And you know what? Money loves me. Money is abundant and infinite source has more than enough for everyone. Money is flowing my way in large quantities, and it's okay, even more will follow in regularly after that. Your affirmations and mind shifts. And when it comes up and when you see it, you just speak right to it. I had something come up today where it was fear-based, and I said, you know what? I'm talking to you. You get out of here. You're wrong. Let me tell you what the universe says to me. I am loved. I am accepted. And money loves me. It is flowing in abundantly, and it will continue. And I came in and I worked my bank accounts before I'm shooting this video, and I have money in. I'm perfectly fine. It is well, right? So if you want to shift, mind shift, a challenge, watch the news. These are very difficult ones. Go through Facebook. Don't unfriend your friends just because they disagree with you. You're putting up a block for disconnect. You're in charge of how you react to other people and other things, and your reaction is a judgment. If you listen to others projecting money scarcity, any of these three things, the media, the Facebook posts, and listening to others, every time you hear or see a post about scarcity, instead of agreeing with it or judging the person for projecting scarcity, say the opposite of what is said in your mind normally. We need to tax the wealthy more changes to wealthy people are blessed. I am one of them. Everyone has the same opportunities to receive wealth in a positive light. Don't state that in a negative light. You know what? We are all of the same opportunities. I have those same opportunities as Jeff Bezos and as Zuckerberg and all of these billionaires. I have the same opportunities to receive wealth. Whether you want that amount or not, that's a whole different story, and that's up to you being precise and it's to defining what wealth means to you. But I have the same opportunities for wealth. Is anyone feeling tested as I'm talking about this? Well, it's a process. When you see a post saying wealthy people are greedy, in your mind, you don't have to comment on it. Just in your mind, say wealthy people are charitable. I am wealthy. I am blessed with so much abundance to have for myself and to support the organizations that I love. I am excited to give to them. I bless the person who posted this with the joy of financial abundance. Bless wealthy people with the joy of getting more. You see how it's working? You're going to be really tested during the political ads when you're speaking and spewing out all this hate against the president. But what you don't realize, and there's a video I had called The Warrior Will Always Create or Attract Their Battle. I recommend you watch it because you're going to attract and create the person you don't like winning. Shift to joy and focus and love for the person that you think should be the winner, should be the person in charge. Don't get caught up in all the propaganda because it's a judgment. You don't have the full story, and that energy is coming back to you. Judging is neither negative or positive. It's the emphasis that we put on it. It's the angle and the emotions and the vibration we attach to it. Yet, how you choose to use it will return the same energy into your life. Use judgment to serve you with a mind shift to benefit your life. Little degrees of change is better than none at all. Use judgment to manifest your great life. Now, before I finish, something that has happened in the last 3 months, I don't have the book, this is just the cover, but I have the book back there. Is I have an adult coloring book called My Business is Success. And it is 50 positive affirmation designs where when you color and you keep that affirmation in, it will show up. I created this for myself because I'm in business by myself, sitting in a room all alone. And as much as I have team members, sometimes my mind needs to remember all the positives. And so I created the coloring book, and I'll do one a week or one every other week. And that way, all week long, I'm coloring the same thing with the same affirmation, the same focus. Some people have meditation problems where sitting and letting their mind be still is difficult. So this book, what it does is it gives you the phrase to focus on, and while you're coloring with pencils or crayons, it's done through Create Space and Amazon, so it doesn't tear off and it's not thick paper. But with pencils and crayon, you can just sit. One a week, that's 50 weeks. That's most of your year. Enough time off for holidays. You just color things like ideas flow in easily. Large deposits happen. People love my products. People love my services. So I've covered both. It's great for small business owners, for multi-level marketing, network marketing, where you're sent out to go and grow this business. And it is available on Amazon Prime. So if you're a member of Prime, you can get the 2-day free shipping. And I will put the address down below in up above for Facebook and down below for YouTube. You may have seen me posting it on Facebook and in the group, but now this is just kind of FYI, this is out there. And I'm actually working on one for positive health that I had created for my friend Lisa. I didn't get it done in time for her, but I was printing off pages as we were getting them done and sending them to her. So I've dedicated this to her. And I'm waiting to hear back from this one hospital that Danny Thomas, you may have heard of St. Jude, Danny Thomas had created St. Jude. It's not because it's a hospital that helps others. That's great. I love that. But what I really like about it is he promised if he got success, he would do this. And how many people sit and say, I would love to do this. I'll do this if you do this for me. Well, universe fulfilled for him, and he fulfilled his promise, and I want to donate into that. I already do personally. So we're going to donate the health one, $1 for every book sale. For the business one, it is available now. The health one, if I don't hear back from St. Jude, then I'll remove the logo but make mention somehow legally. So that I respect their trademark and respect their business. But that should be out within the next 2 weeks. So watch for it. Go use judgment for your benefit to manifest your amazing life. And don't forget to check us out on Live Joy Today Manifestation Group, ljtmanifestation.com, and go check out all of our Zazzle stores and Redbubble stores. Until next time, bye.